game on? Are you talking about this game? There's 7 viewers, so somebody's watching it.
Esto, mis amigos, es pollo a la McDonald's. Es crujiente, tiene...
There. Can you go to the browser? Just click another one. Go to YouTube and go to Studio. Let me see what she's talking about. So hit that SFBN, and then go to YouTube Studio. Content. Live. Public. Scroll down. Public. Unlisted, that's fine. I made that. Unlisted, that's a test. Unlisted. Oh, wait. Because they don't want it public. Is that what she's talking about? Because that's not live. We streamed that last week. I don't know. That's a test. Scroll down. Radner, Penn Charter. That's right. They want that unlisted. So the one, if you scroll up, the one now is public.
Yeah, all these that are...
Yeah, the ones that are live are all public. I have it right here. Excellent connection. I'm just gonna go live when they start. Not doing anything. I have no idea about any of these things, what the record is or anything like that. I just love when I get emails like this.
Well, she didn't even say which game.
Well, she says prep. You know what that is, but there's like 3 preps around here. Are you talking about Georgetown Prep? Is that who you're talking about?
Well, did she send it when it wasn't actually up yet?
Yeah, she sent it right before. She sent it at 11:49.
Yeah, so it
We
wasn't
went
up
live
yet.
in 1 minute. The link is saying it's private. Do we need a code? No. And if you could go to the link, that means it's not private.
It just
That
wasn't
means
up yet.
it's not up yet.
Do I still have to meet you at Haverford to give this back to you? Or are we just going to pack it out?
No, just I'll take it.
Okay.
I'm not even going to Haverford now because that game's at 3 o'clock. I'm sending Bill there.
Oh, okay.
No response.
Oh, she's got to figure it out.
Probably. But it bothers me that she didn't respond. I mean, there's 30 people watching, so obviously it's working. I turned the comments off. Is that what she's talking about? I don't leave the comments on because I don't need people saying stuff like one if there's like a technical issue. Oh, you suck. And then like people start cursing like Penn Charter, you suck. That's a bullshit call. Penn Charter, you suck. Bullshit call. That was a dirty play. No, nothing. No comments. Keep the comments to yourself. We've done games where like for D11 where he wants the comments on, and then they start like doing stuff, and they're like, "Can we turn the comments off?" I'm like, "I always have my comments off." I'm like, "Oh wait, can I bring them up on Max Preps what their records are?" I should have asked. I was totally not prepared. By the way, speaking of soccer, I did college soccer playoffs, women's soccer yesterday at Ryder, and I'm doing men's soccer tomorrow. Conference quarterfinals. I did on ESPN Plus yesterday, and tomorrow is either ESPN Plus or ESPN3.
Oh, I'll have to watch it because I actually have no play.
Yo, so I don't know who they're playing actually. I gotta look at it, but yeah, MAC quarterfinals. Georgetown Prep Lacrosse, 0-0.
Oh, weird, man.
I do like that they're the Georgetown Prep Hoyas though.
Georgetown Prep what?
Hoyas, like Georgetown.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, how close is this to? I'm guessing it's right next to Georgetown in that area.
Yeah, they're in DC. Yep.
And PA was allowing cross state.
Yep. Now they are. Not in the fall.
And the NAC isn't restricted by the PWA either.
They're not restricted by PWA now.
Welcome in, everyone. Ari Bluestein here with you live on the Sports Fan Base Network as we get set for boys lacrosse between the Georgetown Prep Hoyas and the Penn Charter Quakers. The Penn Charter Quakers, they are the home team in the white jerseys. The Georgetown Prep Hoyas, they are the road team in the navy blue. Let's give you the starting lineups. First for the home Penn Charter Quakers. In goal is senior Ben Tompkins. On the attack, Connor McKee, Peter Malitas, and Colin Mitchner in the midfield. Antonio DeMarco, he's the captain. Oliver Liddell Brown and Kellen Seth on the defensive line. Ryan Yateman, Jerry Rulo, and Seamus McCain. For the Georgetown Prep Hoyas, the face-off midi getting set to take the face-off is Mac Eldridge. The LSM is Colin Christmas. Defense, Matthew Akers, Brendan Falatko, and Timothy Curlin. The midfield, Patrick Fitzgerald, Hugh Mullane, Michael Ridgway, and on the attack, Zach Whittier, Dylan Shue, and Colin Burns. And we are just about ready to go. Taking the face-off for Penn Charter will be George Glom, wearing number 20. And we are underway in the opening face-off, won by Mac Eldridge. And the Georgetown Hoyas, they're in the road navy blue. They will go on the attack first. Zach Whittier, the Maryland commit, carries it in. Goes behind the cage, looking for an opening. Back behind at X. First shot and a score. Georgetown Prep on the board first. That's number 8, Patrick Fitzgerald, the Bowdoin commit, the Division III school in Maine. One to nothing Hoyas here in Philadelphia. It'll be Eldridge and Glom at it again. And the win is by Glom this time, and the Quakers look to go on the attack. Owen Black has it. Now back to Oliver Leedale Brown. Oh, and an errant pass intended for Kellen Seth. And it goes over the sideline and a turnover for Penn Charter. An unforced error right there by the Quakers as they had a chance to go on the attack for the first time, and now it's back to the Hoyas, already with a 1-0 lead. Number 0, Colin Burns. He plays it back to Quinn McBride, the Navy commit. Georgetown showing patience. Got the quick start with a face-off win and then a quick goal. Quinn McBride moves towards GLE. Good defense by the Quakers, Patrick McDonough, but a great find on the cutter. That's Zach Whittier with the goal, and Georgetown Prep off to a quick 2-0 lead. And a timeout called by Penn Charter head coach Pat McDonough, needing to talk it over as this has been all Georgetown Prep. Even with the one face-off win by Penn Charter, they gave it right back, and the Hoyas wasted almost no time to get on the board quickly. 2-0 Georgetown Prep. We'll be back here on the Sports Fan Base Network. Welcome back, everyone. Ari Bluestein here with you live from Philadelphia on the campus of William Penn Charter. And right now, the Penn Charter Quakers needing a timeout. Less than 2 minutes into this one as Georgetown Prep with the fast 2-0 start. Eldridge versus Glom again at the face-off X. And a violation on Georgetown Prep. And Mac Eldridge And Penn Charter with their real first chance here. They turned it over after they won their first face-off. And now we'll look to get on the board. Colin Mitchner with it. Carries it behind the cage. Passes it to Antonio DeMarco, the captain. Kellen Seth. Playing a two-man game here up top. Now getting into it is DeMarco. DeMarco sprints forward. Plays it back to Seth. Kellen Seth to GLE, now at X. This is Connor McKee. McKee trying to get around the cage. Nothing doing. Good defense on the back line by the Hoyas. And an errant pass goes over the head of the stick of Oliver Liddell Brown. Second turnover for Penn Charter. And that was Colin Christmas, the LSM, who carries it into the Georgetown Prep half. Michael Ridgway with it. This has been all Hoyas thus far. Early on in this one. Ridgway. Breaks towards cage. Goes behind, shadowed by Kellen Seth. Now back up top, and the Hoyas will reset. Moving it over now to the far side. Hugh Mullane. And a good save, deflected, and the ground ball scooped up by Penn Charter. Ben Tompkins comes up big with that save, and now Penn Charter looking to clear. Oh, and there's a great check and a caused turnover by the Hoyas. They have numbers. Good unselfish play, but Tompkins comes up with the save on the shot by Zach Whittier, and Georgetown Prep will keep it. Plenty of time on the shot clock for the Hoyas, but Tompkins coming up with a couple of big saves to keep the score at 2-0. Good defense by Kellen Seth, and then that one hit the pipe. Tompkins might have gotten a piece of it. Ground ball scooped up by Georgetown Prep. Here's another shot, and that sails way wide, and it will be Penn Charter possession. No Hoyas back there behind the cage. Great job by Tompkins. We had the one shot by Dylan Shue that hit the pipe. And now Penn Charter will look to clear. Ryan Yateman plays it back to Tompkins, the senior goalkeeper for Penn Charter. Tompkins sails it all the way down into the back line of Georgetown Prep. I guess nothing doing. He just had to get it over the line to avoid the violation. Now the Hoyas come back. Whittier finds the cutter. That's Colin Burns. Goals by Fitzgerald and Whittier for Georgetown Prep here in the opening couple of minutes, and that forced a Penn Charter timeout. And since then, it's been fairly even, although Tompkins has had to come up with some big saves against the Georgetown Prep Hoyas. There's a shot trying to go down low, and it goes wide of the cage. But the Hoyas keep it. Still plenty of time on the shot clock. Loose ground ball, and nobody knows where it is, and it's finally scooped up by the Hoyas' Colin Burns. Burns around the crease. He's got an opening shot, and he goes low and scores. Great work by Burns. He did that one basically by himself, forced his way around the crease past the defender, got some daylight, and bounced it in past Tompkins. $3-0 Georgetown Prep, 6:40 to go here in the opening quarter. And the second straight violation on the faceoff by Eldridge. So Penn Charter a chance here, but Georgetown Prep has played some great defense here on the back line. Matthew Akers, Brendan Falatko, Timothy Curlin, all doing a great job, and the LSM as well, Colin Christmas. Penn Charter has not even taken a shot yet. Good find on the cut. Here's your first shot, and it's saved and covered up in the crease. Well done by the goalkeeper for the Georgetown Prep Hoyas. And that is number 44, Peter Flannery. So at least for Penn Charter, they finally got a shot off and tested Flannery in cage. But he knocked it down and covered up in the crease, and now Georgetown Prep with it again. Back behind the cage, Whittier. Good pass, and Tompkins comes up with a huge save. Trying to go low was Quinn McBride, and Tompkins with what I believe is his third save of the game thus far. And yes, it is 3-0, but certainly without a couple of big saves from Tompkins, it could be a little bit of a bigger lead for the Georgetown Prep Hoyas. Penn Charter again having trouble clearing. Second time they've cleared it and put it into the head of a Georgetown Prep Hoya stick. There's Christmas, the LSM, across midfield, and now Georgetown Prep on the attack yet again. Quinn McBride to the near side now. Good look. And Tompkins coming up big yet again on that shot by Quinn McBride. And now this has been a problem for Penn Charter, trying to clear. This is a long distance pass from Tompkins and caught up to by Owen Black. That was like a deep fly route by a wide receiver in the NFL. And now we have a whistle. Offsides is the call on Penn Charter. So the errors continue for the Quakers, shooting themselves in the foot. A couple of turnovers and offsides. And now Georgetown Prep on the attack yet again, under 4 to play here in the first quarter. Patrick Fitzgerald sails high above the crossbar. Georgetown Prep will keep it. Behind the cage is Zach Whittier, already with a goal today. Around the crease, shot, goal. And a flag goes up, and tempers start to flare. They have not put the goal on the scoreboard yet. The officials are discussing. So we see the official going over to the scorer's table to give the official call here. It is a goal. And it's a 1-minute penalty on the Quakers. So second goal for Whittier, the Maryland commit. Big face-off right here. Penn Charter now down a man for a minute. Penalty was on Patrick McDonough. Battle at the face-off X, and a great job by Eldridge to pry it free. So now Georgetown Prep on the man up. Good opportunity for the Hoyas to add to their 4-0 lead. Penn Charter's had one shot to challenge Peter Flannery in goal for the Hoyas. But other than that, it's pretty much been all Georgetown Prep thus far. Oh, great job to catch that in the head of the stick. That one very nearly went over the end line. Penn Charter just trying to hold serve, and they do. Tompkins with another save. Good job defensively by Penn Charter. Really packed it inside and surrounded Quinn McBride, who took that last shot. And by the way, great effort by Penn Charter's Owen Black. The penalty is over. So no more man up for the Hoyas. We're at even strength. And Penn Charter will look to get on the scoreboard with just over 2 minutes to play here in quarter number 1. Behind the cage, Connor McKee. McKee, a couple of defenders following him. McKee around the crease, shot goes wide. It will stay with the Quakers. So Penn Charter on the attack. Actually, I believe there is a penalty on the Hoyas. So this is, I believe, a man up for the Quakers. I didn't see the flag go up. But this looks like it is a man up for Penn Charter. Best opportunity thus far to try and get on the board here against Georgetown Prep. Kellen Seth finds the cutter, shot, trying to bounce it in was Colin Mitchner, but a good job racing back Connor McKee as the ball trickles over the end line. Antonio DeMarco trying to dodge, get some room. I believe we're at even strength now. And that pass a little bit over the head of Kellen Seth. Could not keep it in. It goes to Georgetown Prep. So the Hoyas do a good job defending that man up for Penn Charter. And now the Hoyas will look to clear and go back on the attack yet again. And they have an errant pass and unable to keep it in were the Hoyas. That was number 45, Timothy Curlin, who couldn't keep it in. So now Penn Charter on the attack. Again, just looking to get on the board here against Georgetown Prep. Trying to bounce it low to high was Mitchner. And Mitchner fighting for every inch there against Georgetown Prep. I believe that was the LSM Colin Christmas doing a good job defensively. And that was Connor McKee, I think, looking for Mitchner, but that was way over his head and out of bounds over here on the near side. So possession back to Georgetown Prep. And it's cleared. The Hoyas back on the attack again. Michael Ridgway. Split dodge around the defender. Shot, score. Great move by Michael Ridgway, the future Notre Dame Fighting Irish, and it's 5-0 with 9 seconds to go here in the first quarter. And a great start for Georgetown Prep. Ground ball loose, scooped up by Georgetown Prep. They have a few seconds to try and get a shot. And one too many passes as the Hoyas will not get the shot off. But after 1 quarter of play, it's all Hoyas. They lead the Penn Charter Quakers here in Philadelphia 5-0. You're watching boys lacrosse action here on the Sports Fan Base Network. Welcome back, everyone. Ari Bluestein here with you live from Philadelphia on the campus of William Penn Charter School. And the Penn Charter Quakers down 5-0 to the Georgetown Prep Hoyas. And 2 goals from the Maryland commit, Zach Whittier, and then a goal apiece from Colin Burns, Patrick Fitzgerald, and then Michael Ridgway for the 5 goals in that first quarter for the Hoyas. And now a hold called on the face-off midi for Penn Charter, George Glom, and that'll award possession to Georgetown Prep. Colin Christmas plays it back behind the cage. Colin Burns now playing it back. Matthew Akers. Oh, excuse me, that's number 8. Not number 9, that's Patrick Fitzgerald, the midi. And there's a shot going low, and another goal. That's Hugh Mullane, the future Penn Quaker, not too far from here. And he gets goal number 6 on the day for the Hoyas. First one for Mullane. And for Penn Charter, if they're going to try and get back into this game a little bit, it has to start at the face-off X. And they've won a couple of face-offs. They've been the beneficiaries of a couple of violations on Georgetown Prep, but have to try and get on the attack. But right there, it's won yet again by Mac Eldridge, who has done a phenomenal job at the face-off X for the Hoyas. Sprinting forward and taking a shot, and the save. It goes out of the crease. Fight for the ground ball. Still loose in front. Oh, and now we have a push on Penn Charter, and Georgetown Prep will keep it. So coming up with the save was Tompkins. But Georgetown Prep is able to keep possession. The foul called on the Quakers. Quinn McBride. Now behind the cage, Zach Whittier. Gets around a couple of defenders, thought about a shot, now trying to find the cutter, and it sails over everybody, and that will go back to the Quakers. And a problem for Penn Charter today has been they have not been able to clear. They've done it a couple of times, but they've got to find a way to get it across midfield. Oh, and unable to handle that was Penn Charter. That was Oliver Liddell Brown. Fight for the ground ball, and that will be time. Too much time for Penn Charter. Couldn't get it across. Back to Georgetown Prep, and we've seen that a couple of times where Penn Charter just had to throw it across midfield to avoid that violation. They have not been able to clear successfully. So Georgetown Prep, another chance. Already up 6-0. The Hoyas showing some patience. Behind the cage it goes. Colin Burns. Burns. Shot from an impossible angle and squeezes it in over the shoulder. He shot that from almost GLE, and he got a top shelf over the shoulder of Ben Tompkins. That was an unbelievable shot. Seven nothing Hoyas. Oh, and Penn Charter almost had that face-off initially and then lost it. Ground ball scooped up by the Hoyas. And Colin Christmas will play it back to Ridgway. Behind the cage. Whittier and Burns playing a two-man game. Burns around the crease. Knocked down in front. Good defense by the Quakers. Now they look to escape, playing it back to Tompkins. And again, here we go with Penn Charter trying to clear against these Hoyas. A little bit high, and going up to get that one was Yateman. All the way back here to the near side it goes. Jerry Rulo. And again, too much time. And Georgetown Prep has been on the attack for what it feels like maybe 90+% of this game thus far. Nice little dodge right there by Ridgway, and taking the shot. Tompkins got a piece loose in front and trying to go over the head with that one was Burns, and it goes out of bounds, but the Hoyas will keep it. Whittier back there at X. Whittier moves to GLE, trying to find the cutter. It was deflected, and the ground ball is eventually scooped up by Penn Charter's Matt Callahan, the sophomore defender, and Tompkins is able to keep it in. Oh, no, he wasn't. And Penn Charter, just a lot of unforced turnovers. They have not really taken care of the ball when they've had it in their possession, and Georgetown Prep has taken advantage with the 7-0 lead here in the second quarter. And there's a shot. Tompkins with the save, and then knocked it down again, and it went over the crossbar. 2 attempts right there by Burns. Tompkins has really been solid for Penn Charter, and that time he got a piece of it, and it will be Quaker possession. Nobody home behind the cage for the Hoyas. And even though Tompkins has given up 7 goals, he has probably faced double that. Probably pretty close. We do not have a shot count, but he has come up with some solid saves to at least keep this somewhat of a game for the Quakers. Now they're on the attack. They do clear it. They've only had a couple of shots on cage to challenge Peter Flannery, the keeper for the Hoyas. Now at X position, Connor McKee. Kellen Seth with it. Swings it to the top to Lee Dale Brown. Still plenty of time on the shot clock. Brown trying to dodge nothing there. Now to GLE to Seth. Kellen Seth trying to go in, looks for the cutter. Good find, shot, and a score! Colin Mitchner, the junior attacker, off a beautiful feed from Kellen Seth. And Penn Charter is on the board with 6:26 to go here in the second quarter. Well executed. Penn Charter showed patience and then found Mitchner on the cut. George Glom for Penn Charter, Mac Eldridge for Georgetown Prep, getting set to do battle at the face-off X. And we'll see if the Quakers can take any of that momentum from that goal to get a couple more on the board before halftime. And Eldridge with the win. Oh, and a violation. Might have been offsides, but it will go back to the Quakers. So let's see what Penn Charter can do here, getting their second consecutive possession on the attack. Kellen Seth with a great assist on that first goal by Mitchner. Kellen Seth trying to get around the defender. Now to Mitchner at GLE. He goes behind the cage. Mitchner tries to hit the cutter, and it trickles out to midfield. And the Hoyas will have possession. Started out as a somewhat brisk, hazy morning here in Philadelphia, but starting to warm up a little bit. Flag flies, free play here for Georgetown Prep. Great find on the cut and a goal. Whittier with 3 on the day now. And they wave off the penalty with the goal, makes it 8-1. Hoyas over the Quakers with 5:13 to go here in the second quarter. Battle at the faceoff X, and Glum wanted initially, but right there to scoop it up for Georgetown Prep was Michael Ridgway. And the Hoyas get possession. Penn Charter trying to check, but unable to cause the turnover. So Georgetown Prep at the first 7 goals of this one. Penn Charter finally got one on the board, and there's a shot that trickles wide across the crease, and the Hoyas will keep it. So Penn Charter finally got the goal to make it 7-1, but the Hoyas just got number 8 to get it back to a 7-goal differential. Whittier has it back, finds the cutter shot, and it sails wide of the pipe. Shot by Patrick Fitzgerald. The Hoyas will keep it. Shot clock did not reset, was not on goal. So under 30 to shoot for Georgetown Prep. Here's a shot low to high, and the save by Tompkins. Michael Ridgway. The shot clock does reset as that was on cage. Now a battle for the ground ball loose over on the far side. And Georgetown Prep coming up with it. Now another ground ball loose. Now a whistle. And that'll be a push on Georgetown Prep. So Penn Charter will get possession, but in their own end, so they will still have to clear. Just about 3.5 to go till halftime. Thank you for joining us here on the Sports Fan Base Network. Saturday afternoon, boys lacrosse. Non-league action between Georgetown Prep and the William Penn Charter Quakers. Kellen Seth over in the far corner. And he'll bring it back up top to Oliver Leedale Brown. Finds Antonio DeMarco. DeMarco split dodge. Tries to get past the defender. Good find at GLE. That's Peter Malitas. Malitas trying to make a move, but again, great defense by the Hoyas. We've seen that all day. They've really made it hard for Penn Charter to even get a shot on goal. Malitas around the crease, looking for an opening. Shot. Score! Somehow Malitas got that between a couple of Georgetown Prep Hoya defenders and then got it past the keeper, Peter Flannery, as well. Malitas, the freshman attacker, gets the second goal of the day for Penn Charter. 2:49 to go here in the second quarter. And the win by Mac Eldridge. Georgetown Prep on the attack. Showing plenty of patience. Colin Burns. Taken down and a flag flies. On Penn Charter, that was Ryan Yateman, a little too physical on that check. Shot off the free play, and that will trickle out. And this will be a man up for Georgetown Prep with 1:36 to play. We'll see if this is a full minute or 30 seconds. It is a minute. So man up for the Hoyas. Already with the 8-2 advantage. Quakers trying to keep it at a 6-goal differential, and that one sails way high. On that shot by Patrick Fitzgerald. Shot saved by Tompkins, covers it up in the crease. Ben Tompkins has again kept this game manageable. Yes, he's given up 8 goals. Oh, and there's a turnover. And Tompkins is going to have to face this attack yet again. Fitzgerald stepped right into that passing lane and nabbed it. Shot score. Georgetown Prep had numbers after the turnover. Goal number 4 of the day for Zach Whittier. .48 seconds to go here in the second quarter, and we're back to a 7-goal differential in favor of Georgetown Prep, and Penn Charter will talk it over. We'll take a quick timeout with 48 seconds to go here in the second quarter. You're watching Boys Lacrosse here on the Sports Fan Base Network. Final 48 seconds of the first half. I'm Ari Bluestein. Thank you for joining us here on SFBN. Georgetown Prep led 5-0 after the first quarter. They got a couple more goals to lead it 7-0, and then Penn Charter got a couple but really traded with Georgetown Prep, and that is where we stand right now with the 9-2 7-goal differential. So face-off right here, and whoever wins this face-off will potentially have the last laugh here at the end of the second quarter. And a good win by Glom of Penn Charter. And now they go on the attack, and they find goal number 3 to cut into this Hoya lead a little bit. Antonio DeMarco, still plenty of time, 30 seconds now and counting. Leedale Brown. Split dodge. Nowhere to go, good defense by Georgetown Prep. 14 seconds. DeMarco trying to reverse. Liddell Brown around the defender, shot, and a score. With 4 seconds to go, Oliver Liddell Brown gets his first of the day and cuts the deficit to 6. So a good job by Penn Charter to come out of that timeout, win the faceoff, and then get the goal. Still a long way to go for Penn Charter. Georgetown Prep has pretty much dominated this one, but Penn Charter now at the third goal to keep them in this contest. Only 4 seconds left, and the faceoff is won by Glom. Doesn't matter, and that'll do it for the second quarter and the first half. So Georgetown Prep with a 9-3 advantage over Penn Charter. And we will take a timeout, and when we come back, we will get you set for third quarter action. You're watching Boys Lacrosse here on SFBN. Welcome back, everyone. Ari Bluestein here with you live from Philadelphia on the campus of William Penn Charter School, and the Penn Charter Quakers trailing the Georgetown Prep Hoyas 9-3 here on the Sports Fan Base Network. And we start off here with a face-off win from Georgetown Prep and a quick shot that goes a little bit wide, testing Ben Tompkins. And, we talked about it in the first half where, Penn Charter, they trail 9-3, but if it wasn't for Ben Tompkins coming up with some big-time saves, this could be a bigger deficit. And Georgetown Prep started this one leading 5-0 after the first quarter, but in the second quarter, Georgetown Prep outscored Penn Charter 4-3. So a much more even second quarter. And we'll see what happens here in the third, and we'll see if the Quakers can come up with some stops and get a couple goals to get back even a little bit closer. Georgetown Prep on the attack, still plenty of time on the shot clock, 37 seconds and counting. Good find on the cut, but good defense, and then sneaking in, and Tompkins got a foot on it, and he was in the crease. Good effort by the Hoyas. That was number 3, Dylan Shue. And now Penn Charter will look to clear, which has been an issue for them today. They've had a couple of violations, and they've had a couple of times where they just sent it over, really, to Georgetown Prep. Kind of like that. The interception by Fitzgerald, the quick find. Tompkins gets back on his line and makes the save with the head of the stick, and he makes another save. Ben Tompkins has been the MVP for the Quakers today. Unbelievable. He turns it over and then hustles back into the crease and comes up with 2 saves to keep it at 9-3. I think we had a little injury timeout. So we resume play here. Penn Charter does clear it. Peter Miletus. Now Chet Kempinski into the contest. Sophomore midfielder. Miletus behind the cage. Makes a move around the crease. Goes low. Shot and getting a piece of that, and coming up with the save is Peter Flannery. So Penn Charter, they had a chance, but Flannery comes up with a save. And unable to clear it. And checked. Offsides is the call on Penn Charter after they nearly caused the turnover on that check. The Hoyas in the road navy blue. Penn Charter in the home white. Fitzgerald behind the cage. Whittier looking for the cutter. And scooping up the ground ball. Nicely done by Georgetown Prep. And that hits the pipe. Ground ball loose in front. And now scoots out. And that was Hugh Mullane who scooped up that ground ball. Now Georgetown Prep will reset. The shot clock did reset after the shot attempt hit the pipe. Good find. Hesitation and score. Michael Ridgway. His second of the day. And it's now 10-3. Face-off battle. Still fight for the ground ball, and now finally scooped up by Mac Eldridge. He's checked. Penn Charter trying to cause the turnover. And now Matthew Akers looking to clear for the Hoyas, and he does. Some physical play at the midfield line. But the Hoyas will keep it, scooping up that ground ball. Still plenty of time in this one for Penn Charter to make a run, but Georgetown Prep has just dominated. Ben Tompkins in cage for Penn Charter has come up with some big saves to keep it at least somewhat of a manageable deficit. Quinn McBride makes his move towards cage, goes behind the cage. Flag flies, free play, shot is deflected. And it trickles over the end line, but it will be a man up for the Georgetown Prep Hoyas. Penalty is called against Penn Charter. So it would be I believe a 1 minute full-time penalty on Penn Charter. Georgetown Prep with the 7-goal lead matches their largest lead of the afternoon. They've had that quite a few times, 7-0. And there's a shot way wide. And the Hoyas will keep it. Behind the cage to Burns. On the restart, it's Ridgway. Got an equipment issue. Georgetown Prep still on the man up. Good find. Shot and a score. That's Colin Burns, who was hanging out next to the crease. A little hesitation and went top shelf. Second goal for Burns and make it 11-3 Hoyas. Penn Charter got that goal at the end of the second quarter, made it 9-3, and you thought maybe the Quakers can take some kind of momentum into the second half, but Georgetown Prep with a real fast start here in the third quarter with 2 goals, and this is now their largest lead of the day. Eldridge and Glom. Violation at the faceoff X on Eldridge, and Penn Charter will have possession. Colin Mitchner, who had the first goal of the day for the Quakers, just rolls it to Kellen Seth. Penn Charter showing patience. 50 seconds on the shot clock. Plenty of time. Seth makes his move. And that pass a little bit high. Ground ball loose behind the cage, scooped up by Mitchner. Still time on the shot clock for the Quakers. 35 and counting. And behind the cage it goes to Connor McKee. McKee A little dodge, hesitation. Met by a couple of defenders looking for the cutter, nothing there. Now finds Michener. Michener, score! From just around GLE, a tough angle, and he almost bounced it in off the far pipe and into the back of the net. Second goal for Michener. And Penn Charter on the board for the first time here in the third quarter. Battle at the face-off X, and Glom wins this one. Tries the quick find, and the ground ball scooped up by Oliver Liddell Brown, and he escapes. So Penn Charter on the attack again, and Connor McKee almost lost it. And when PC does get possession, they have to take care of it. They have to take care of the ball. No unforced turnovers against this very solid Georgetown prep squad. Kellen Seth with some room. Michener goes behind the cage to McKee. McKee from X, looking. DeMarco makes his move. And again, great defense by the Hoyas. Kellen Seth nearly lost it. Still time on the shot clock, 25 seconds and counting. Seth nowhere to go. Matthew Akers all over him. Now Colin Michener has it again. Tries to get around the crease. Shot. Saved by Flannery. It will stay with Penn Charter, and the shot clock does reset with that shot on goal. And we have a broken stick on the field. That was Michael Ridgway who got his stick sawed in half. And trying for the quick shot was DeMarco, and it was deflected. And it will remain Penn Charter possession. Still plenty of time on the shot clock as it reset. Kellen Seth. Nowhere to go. Michener tries to force his way in. Shot by DeMarco, and that sails high above the crossbar, and it will remain Penn Charter possession. That was close. 50 seconds on the shot clock. DeMarco tries to go low to high again, and that sails high and wide. Quakers will keep it. Michener. Melidis at X. Still carrying it. Now the pass to Liddell Brown. Not a great pass, but McKee is able to still grab it behind the cage. 18 on the shot clock now. Penn Charter will have to go. DeMarco. Now 10 on the shot clock. Michener. It's going to have to be Michener unless he can find the cutter, and a good check by Georgetown Prep. Turnover caused. Nicely done. Richard Rusnick as he carries it across midfield and clears for the Hoyas. Shot clock was winding down, and Rusnick just took it away. So just over 3 minutes to go here in the third. 11-4 is your score. It was 9-3 at the break. But Georgetown Prep scored 2 to start the third. Penn Charter did answer, but still down big. Hoyas looking to add to their lead. It's 7 right now. It's been as many as 8. So they're trying to get right back to that mark. Zach Whittier. Loose ground ball scooped up by Georgetown Prep. That's Hugh Mullane. 23 seconds and counting on the shot clock. And Whittier tried to find the cut. It ends up going to Fitzgerald, and he scores. Patrick Fitzgerald. Third of the afternoon, 12-4. Back to an 8-goal lead for the Georgetown Prep Hoyas with 2:27 to go here in the third quarter. Face-off won by Mac Eldridge. Good job, good fight by Glom. Gets in the passing lane, physical right at midfield for that ground ball, and it's finally scooped up by Georgetown Prep. Game getting a little more physical here. And a shot and a save by Tompkins. Ground ball picked up by Penn Charter. Flag flies. That'll probably be on Georgetown Prep as Curran Ron scooped up the ground ball after the save by Tompkins. Let's see the call. Actually, it might have been against Penn Charter. I think this will be a 30-second man up for the Georgetown Prep Hoyas. Shot sails high and wide. It'll remain with Georgetown Prep. Colin Burns behind the cage. Trying to go low was Michael Ridgway on that last shot. Ridgway gets it back. Around the crease, bouncing and hitting the pipe was Burns. And possession goes back to Penn Charter. Playing it back to the goalkeeper, Tompkins. All the way on the far side. Good find and clearing is Jerry Rulo. Oh, and then Rulo trying to get it to McKee, and it goes out of bounds, and they give it right on back. And we've seen that multiple times for Penn Charter where they've had a chance to go on the attack, and they either have not been able to clear or they've had the unforced turnovers. And not that that has been the Achilles heel for Penn Charter, because Georgetown Prep has just been so tough on the attack and also so tough on the back line with the defenders as well. But certainly that's not helping the Quakers' cause. And Georgetown Prep taking advantage of the Penn Charter mistakes here today. We're under a minute to go in the third, 12-4. Georgetown Prep, this match is their largest lead of this one. The game clock and shot clock virtually identical here. Just about 40 seconds on both. So the Hoyas can essentially hold until the final buzzer here in the third quarter. That hits the crossbar. And a flag, two flags fly. As that was Oliver Liedel Brown losing his sneaker. That last shot, by the way, was by Quinn McBride that hit the crossbar. So 22 seconds left on the clock in the third. And we'll see about the penalty here. If this is a minute, or perhaps more, because there were two flags. Let's see. Okay, so one 1-minute penalty and one 30-second penalty. That means this is a two-man up advantage for 30 seconds for the Quakers. Let's see if they can capitalize here at the end of the third. Kellen Seth. Mitchner. So Penn Charter, no shots, but the penalties will carry over into the fourth quarter. We'll take a timeout. It's all Georgetown Prep here in Philadelphia. They lead 12-4 over the Penn Charter Quakers. You're watching Boys Lacrosse here on the Sports Fan Base Network. Back live in Philadelphia. I'm Ari Bluestein. Thank you for joining us here on SFBN. Georgetown Prep dominating this one, but Penn Charter cannot get it past Flannery. As you remember, to end the third, Penn Charter had a two-man up, and now I believe it is just a man up for the Quakers. But Georgetown Prep's Peter Flannery comes up with the save off the quick start to start the fourth quarter. So Penn Charter cannot take advantage on the man up. So now the Hoyas just eating up the remainder of the penalty, and I believe it has expired. So now the Hoyas with an 8-goal advantage here in the fourth quarter, looking to wrap this one up in this non-league battle. Good hesitation, and Tompkins might have gotten a piece. It also might have hit the crossbar. And clearing and not looking for that one was Callahan, but he's able to pick it up. Then he's checked and taken down, turnover caused by the Hoyas. Zach Whittier with it. 4 goals today. Georgetown Prep in no hurry. Still 57 seconds on the shot clock. Hoyas showing plenty of patience. And that pass to the cutter around the crease is not exactly clean, and it will go back to Penn Charter. That was intended for Jack Callahan. So Penn Charter will look to clear. Tompkins, the keeper. He'll take it across. He's going in. Is he going to shoot it? And it's saved by his counterpart, Flannery. Tompkins, he's got to hustle back. Georgetown Prep with an open cage. Shot. Oh, and missing the open net was Whittier. Flag flies. I think the penalty was on Whittier. I believe unsportsmanlike is the call. So this will be a 1-minute man up full time for Penn Charter. Huge deficit, down 8, 12-4, 9:12 to go. Not impossible, but Georgetown Prep has really been in control. They led it 5-0 after 1 quarter of play. They led it 7-0 before the Quakers even got on the board. And since that opening quarter, it's been fairly even, but a big uphill to climb for the Quakers. Oh, and a good find by Kellen Seth, but it goes off of Connor McKee and out of play, and Penn Charter can't take advantage of the man up. And the Hoyas looking to clear. Good play by DeMarco, and he takes it away. Turnover caused. DeMarco shot deflected before it got to Flannery. And now a whistle against Georgetown Prep. It'll be a restart for the Quakers. Still on the man up. Whittier is still in the box. I'm not exactly sure how much time is left. Probably not that much. Kempinski finds Seth. Oh, and a turnover. And the Georgetown Prep Hoya defense continues to be impressive. That was Brendan Falatko, the NJIT commit, coming up with that turnover. But then the Hoyas give it away. But we are at even strength. The penalty is over. Whittier out of the box. And Georgetown Prep is able to get it back with just under 8 to play here in the fourth quarter. Here come the Hoyas on the attack. Quinn McBride. Shot. Goes a little bit wide. A change in cage for Penn Charter. Noah Dakine, the sophomore, now in goal, replacing Ben Tompkins. And Tompkins, really a solid game. I mean, again, you give up 12 goals. That never looks good for a keeper. But he came up with some really nice saves and did a really nice job for Penn Charter to keep them at least in this contest. Here's Dakine going into no man's land, and he's checked. Ground ball picked up by Mitchner. Now Connor McKee. And McKee just rolls it back up top here. Kellen Seth. Gavin Mitchner, the freshman, now in the contest. And that pass to the cutter, it was not a bad pass, but not a great receive. Ground ball scooped up and score on the shot by Connor McKee. (12-5). Georgetown Prep still with the commanding lead, and Penn Charter and their head coach Pat McDonough getting some reserves in the contest now, and it looks like Georgetown Prep will do something similar here, getting some reserves in the contest. Still the same battle at the faceoff X, though, with George Glom and Mac Eldridge. Eldridge wins it. So now Georgetown Prep, big lead, plenty of time left, but they have possession and plenty of time on the shot clock, 60 seconds and counting now for the Hoyas. Georgetown Prep started fast and basically kept their foot on the gas pedal, even with Penn Charter getting some goals in the scoring column. Georgetown Prep continued to add goals throughout the game. There's a save by Dakine. And now a turnover, and then that shot bounces above the crossbar, and the Hoyas will keep it. Shot clock reset on that last shot attempt on the save by Dakine. And trying to go low to high on that one. That sails over the crossbar was Patrick Fitzgerald. Georgetown Prep just moving it around. Being very patient, obviously, with the big lead. And it's late in the contest. And there's a nice goal going lower shelf. That's Dylan Shue, the Amherst commit. Gets it past Dakine. So now 13-5. Back to an 8-goal lead, matching the largest of the day for the Georgetown Prep Hoyas. Again, Eldridge and Glom. Eldridge wins it. Sprints forward. Oh, and he's taken down, but the ground ball picked up by Georgetown Prep. Under 5 to play. Number 38, Tommy Arata into the contest. There's a shot that was a little bit wide. Brandon Boyle on that shot attempt. So some new names and faces into the contest on both sides. Number 17, Owen Horning into the contest as well for the Prep. Horning checked hard, flag flies. And Patrick McDonough will be the guilty party for the cross check. So the Hoyas will have it on the restart. 4:15 to play here in this one. Thank you for joining us here on this now really beautiful Saturday afternoon here in Philadelphia. I'm Ari Bluestein. Thank you to Georgetown Prep. Thank you to Penn Charter for having us here today. And there's a shot, and it is a score. Hugh Mullane. I believe the second of the day for Mullane. Makes it 14-5 with just over 4 to play. And for Georgetown Prep, they've been very impressive. A lot of high-level college commits on this team. We talked about Zach Whittier, Maryland commit. There was Mullane heading to Penn, a couple of Notre Dame commits. Matthew Akers, great defender, going to St. Joe's University, not too far away from this campus here at Penn Charter. And for Penn Charter, this is a great test for them, as they will play some really tough teams in the Interact, like Malvern Prep, like the Haverford School, like Episcopal Academy, and is to play a team like Georgetown Prep, as there's a goal. Sneaking it in there was Colin Mitchner, and that's his third of the day. And for Penn Charter to play a team like Georgetown Prep, obviously tons of talent, well coached, really good in all facets of the game, on the attack, in the midfield, at the face-off X, on the back line, in goal. Flannery's been great for them. Really a great test for Penn Charter, as they will head into the Interact League season against some really good teams here in the Philadelphia area. We have a timeout. 14-6. Georgetown Prep in front. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Boys Lacrosse here on SFBN. Welcome back to Philadelphia. Thank you for joining us here. I'm Ari Bluestein. You're watching SFBN, the Sports Fan Base Network, Boys Lacrosse coverage. And again, a big thank you to both Georgetown Prep and Penn Charter. Without both schools, we would not be here today. And I want to thank both athletic departments and coaching staffs for getting us rosters and going over pronunciations and getting college commitments for us. And without all that, I would not have the information that I do, so thank you to them. And we welcome in all of our viewers who are watching from Georgetown Prep down in the D.C. metro area. Thank you for joining us up here in Philadelphia via YouTube. There's a shot, and getting a piece of that, and the save was the backup keeper for Georgetown Prep as Flannery comes out. Aiden Neiman now in cage as another flag flies, getting a little chippy here towards the end. So a free play here for the Georgetown Prep Hoyas. Owen Horning. Connor Remington now with it. And again, some new names and faces here for both sides. Rafe Bradshaw, number 7. Shot clock winding down and scooped up by DeMarco, but he can't go anywhere because there's some yellow on the field. That'll be a minute man up for the Georgetown Prep Hoyas with 2:10 to play and a commanding 14-6 advantage over the Penn Charter Quakers. So the Hoyas with plenty of time to look for a good shot. Shot, and that sails wide for Rafe Bradshaw. Prep will keep it. Around the crease and going down to the ground and trying to get a shot off was Brandon Boyle. And coming up with the save was Noah Dakine, the backup keeper for Penn Charter. He falls to the ground. He's in trouble. Just trying to clear. Penn Charter running out of time. They just barely get it across. 90 seconds to go here in this one. Oh, and a good check by the Hoyas. Ground ball loose. Scooped up by Penn Charter. Still plenty of time on the shot clock. Nick Walter, number 11, over there on the far side. Oliver Lee Dale Brown. So some starters still in the contest for the Quakers. Here's number 25, Zach Curtin, a freshman, into the contest. Oliver Lee Dale Brown trying to get around the defender. Good little move, shot, and a save. And then covering it up inside the crease as a Penn Charter Quaker fell into the crease. And it will stay with the Quakers as he was pushed in. That last shot by Chet Kempinski was saved. This is Ryan Yateman. No, check that. That was Gavin Mitchner. And here's a shot and a goal. Chet Kempinski, who just missed on that last one, gets it into the back of the net. 28 seconds to go. Georgetown Prep still with that commanding lead, 14-7. And they will go on and win this one. Of course, they have dominated from start to finish. Got out to that really fast 5-0 lead after one quarter of play and have not looked back since. James Joel, the freshman face-off mini, will come in and take what could be the final face-off of this one. And winning the battle was Georgetown Prep, Carson Whittier, the younger brother of Zach Whittier. 14 seconds to go. Georgetown Prep probably will just hold this one. And that'll do it. So your final score, Georgetown Prep 14, Penn Charter 7. And it was a valiant effort by the Quakers. You thought maybe they could get some momentum to get back into it, but Georgetown Prep just so dominant. They got off to that fast 5-0 start. Great job on the attack by them. Great job in the midfield and the defense as well for the Hoyas as they win this one 14-7. And again, a big thank you to both Georgetown Prep and Penn Charter. Without both schools, we would not be here today. So all because of them and the coaching staffs and the athletic departments on both sides that we were able to bring you this live video stream here on the Sports Fan Base Network. Our crew today on camera, Jimmy Hartnett, our producer, Eddie Oliver. I'm Ari Bluestein. You've been watching Boys Lacrosse here on the Sports Fan Base Network. Have a good night.